everybody, it's Allie with ANC Photography. I am here to teach you guys, not really teach you guys, just show you guys what I keep in my camera bag on pretty much a day-to-day basis, so that way when I need to pick up and go to a session and have everything on hand that I need, I've got it. So let me start with the two types of bags that I use. One is my large camera bag that I keep on me for very lengthy sessions, such as weddings, and things like newborn sessions where I do need quite a bit of gear with me. I usually use this one, this hefty thing right here. It's actually not too bad. It sits well on my shoulders. It fits all of my gear in here the way that I need it to. It's got a side pocket for my tripod, and it has even a top pocket for just my wallet, my keys, my phone. And it's got a back zipper pocket that's cushioned for my laptop if I need to take that for any editing or contracts or anything else that I need to have sent out. And then for smaller sessions, like my minis that I have coming up next month, I use this bad boy. Ooh, fanny packs. Not sure if they're back in style or not, quite frankly. I don't care. It's functional. It works. It's not expensive. I'm usually able to fit at least 2 lenses and, you know, extra batteries and everything else I need in here. And I'm able to take it with me and just hook it around my waist. And I'm not sitting here having to lug my camera bag around for things like when I'm doing just small mini sessions, or I am at a local farm out here called Holland Farms. I'm doing this year is my 3rd annual year of doing sessions out there, and I'm super excited. Even though we just got into January, I'm really excited for fall because the Holland Farms sessions are some of my absolute favorites to do, because it is such a gorgeous area out there and my clients love it. I have people that come back every year to have, you know, they literally just wait to do their family photos for Holland Farms, like, because you've got sunflowers, you've got pumpkin patches, you've got wildflowers, you've got their train, they've got props set up like tractors and everything. So it's a gorgeous spot. But having the giant bag carrying around, because I do live in Florida, and even in the fall it's upwards of 80 to 90 degrees. So toting that bag around with multiple lenses, all this gear that I really don't always need for my Holland sessions, doesn't really seem logical. So I recently got the fanny pack, and I've been using that for a lot of those type sessions that I'm out there for minis, or I'm out there for about an hour. Nothing crazy that I know I can fit, you know, small amount of gear that I need in that one bag. Next thing would have to be my speed light that I got off of Amazon, and I can put links down below for all of this stuff, so that way you guys can go check it out. I do tend to stay on the cheaper end of products. Not so cheap that it's bad, but cheap enough to where I'm still about a year into my business. I would like to be able to make a profit at the end of the year, and doing that means not spending like hundreds of dollars on this equipment that I know I'm going to need for certain things, that is a necessity for starting a successful business and getting those really good photos. I want to be able to get them for a reasonable price, and then eventually when I am more successful and making more through my business, I can upgrade to, you know, the ones that are a couple $100s that might have more, you know, things and whistles and things to it, you know. But this one has a back LCD screen. It's got little softbox additives to it to help kind of reflect the light, and it's, in general, it fits really well. It's not super heavy. I'd say it's about a pound or so. It fits really well. I have a Nikon D5600, and that's my regular go-to camera that I use for work. It's actually what I'm filming on right now, because I did sell my Canon Rebel T3i because I just never used it. So, but with this, I love it. It fits well on my camera. It stays nice and tight and secure. I'm not worried about it falling off. It's really good for traveling with newborn sessions, going to your clients' homes and not wanting to take all the extra gear for your lighting equipment if you don't have to, especially if they don't have super great lighting, natural light in their home. It's good to have something that you can get that extra light with that's going to make it easier to control your exposure, and it's going to help when you're trying to edit in the long run. My next go-to thing that I always have in both of my camera bags, as well as my purse, just because I usually wear glasses, lens wipes. I get these from Walmart. I'm not sure, you can probably get them from Target and other places, but I usually get them from Walmart. They're nice and clean wipes. I don't know if this is gonna focus, there we go. But they're not super expensive. You get a giant box and it's, I think, only like $10 and there's hundreds of them in there. I keep about 5 or 6 in each of my bags just in case I'm out at the beach, because I know at the beach especially, you've got that salty water, air and everything, and just taking a microfiber cloth to it might not do it to clean your lens off in the middle of a session. So using these, of course you want to blow any sand off of your lens first because you don't want to risk scratching your lens. But after that, if you've got like just extra water droplets on there that you really want to get cleaned off, these are great. I've done numerous family sessions and stuff out at the beach where I've had that issue where I just get some splash of a salt water because my clients wanted to splash around in the water for a minute, you know, and those are always really cute natural photos, so I'm never going to say no to that. So these, wiping off your lenses, so much easier, does a great job, they're super cheap. Keep a few in each of your bags with you if you have multiple bags like me, and you know, it's a really good tool to keep on you at all times. Another thing that I like to keep with me, multiple lenses, because I do shoot so many different things and I'm a nature photography dork. So when I'm out at Holland Farms and I'm in between clients, because I like to give myself about at least a 15 to 30 minute window between each of my clients, just in case, you know, my session runs long, or, you know, just in general, I just want to have time to breathe. Between my clients showing up for their sessions, I like doing nature photography, and my 70 to 300 millimeter is great for that because I can sit there and get really well zoomed in photos. If there's like, you know, bees, they're lovely, but I'd rather not get up close. On the sunflowers, I have quite a few photos of that on my website and on my page. I love being able to get up close, and this thing allows for a good crisp zoom. Whenever I am doing, you know, nature photography, I've been able to photograph birds, the moon, insects like bees, flowers that might be beyond my reach behind a fence or something. I can zoom in and get really good crisp photos just using this lens. I also enjoy keeping my 35 millimeter on me for those good solid detailed shots. I don't have a macro lens just yet. I do plan on getting one soon after I purchase a 24 to 70 millimeter lens. That is my next big purchase because it is anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000, but it is one of the most versatile lenses on the market, especially when it comes to doing what I do, which is family photography, or family, kids, couples, all of that, just in general portrait photography. But right now I do use my 35 millimeter for a lot of my like portfolio shots, or just in general headshots that I do. I've used this for newborn sessions quite often because it does allow me to get up close without that big giant lens being in the baby's face, or, you know, just in general getting a little more of a detailed shot in there while still letting in enough light. So I like keeping this. It's a pretty good go-to lens when it comes to any sort of portrait photography where you're staying at a, you know, fairly close distance but not too close. Still allows you to get a good crisp photo. Currently on my camera right now, I just have my basic kit lens, which is an 18 to 55 millimeter, and that one I use right now pretty much for most sessions because it does have, you know, the ability and a pretty good range to do exactly what I need it to do. But I do plan on replacing it with the 24 to 70 millimeter because it is basically the Mac Daddy of lenses, in my opinion, for my type of photography that I do. And I'm super excited, but it's going to be a little while because it does take time to rack up $2,000 to throw at a lens. So it is a quality investment, but it is expensive. So the other thing that I would like to keep in my bag that I need to get more of, actually, that I am, it's getting into wedding season, I'm going to regret it if I don't grab a few extra, but SD cards. And I do enjoy the fact that my big bag does have extra slots for multiple SD cards. So if I need to take any with me, they're secure, they're in there, and they're not going anywhere. So SD cards, I'm going to have at least 2 extra on me. I know when I was visiting my parents in Mississippi, my dad is a volunteer firefighter and the chaplain for the Kosciuszko, Mississippi Police Department. Or not police department, fire department. My goodness, my bad. he took me and my kids there, and we got to meet the guys that he works around, and they actually allowed me to photograph one of the men going through some of his training. And oh my goodness, like mad respect. I already had plenty for, you know, first responders in general, but oh my gosh, seeing what this guy went through for just a couple hours of training was just insane. Like I have the photos on my my page. If you would like to go check it out, I will link my photography page on the video, and you can go check them out. But being able to have multiple lenses on me and having multiple SD cards and multiple batteries, because I used this one a majority of the time because I was able to stay back and stay out of his way while he was doing his training, and able to be at a safe distance because there was a lot of water spraying, axes going, and just all sorts of things. So having a lens like this on me, which I was planning on using for just nature photography, I had it in my bag, I had it with me, I was able to just take it out and use it. So that's a huge instance of being able to be like making sure you have all of your equipment that you know, might not think you 100% are gonna need, but there's a chance. So I was able to capture, like I got like a couple of thousand photos, but I had to delete quite a few because my card got filled up and I didn't have any extra ones with me. And it was that, oh goodness moment of, I really need to invest in some more SD cards. So that is something I will be getting soon with wedding season coming up. You will also be taking thousands of photos because it's a wedding. So you want to have multiple SD cards on you. Another thing is the multiple batteries. Woo! I have this and it is amazing. It fits up to 2 batteries at a time. So it's a multi-charging station, and I got it off of Amazon because I have my regular Nikon battery and the charger that comes with it. But I realized I need multiple batteries sometimes, especially when doing videos or just in general very long sessions where I'm out all day. I need extra batteries. And having the ability to charge 2 at a time instead of having to wait on one, then plug in the other, and then what if the other one's not charged in time for me to leave? It's stressful. So I got this off of Amazon. It came with 2 batteries and the charging station itself. The brand is Beston. It's the Beston battery pack. It's not super expensive either. It was really well priced. And I have not had an issue with the, longevity of the batteries. I haven't had an issue with them getting hot, causing any issues. They've been phenomenal. They work as well as my Nikon battery that I have. They have the same length of time I found before they die. So, I mean, it's a really good investment to have at least 2 extra batteries on you when you are out during any session, because you never know when one could maybe, mess up and you think it's charged and you keep it in your camera and, you turn your camera on and boom, your battery's almost dead. Or situations like me where I goofed and ended up, I was actually out with another photographer. We were swapping headshots for each other, and my battery was left at home on the charger, and I didn't have a battery in my camera. I went and I grabbed my camera. I didn't grab the battery. I didn't put it in it. And I went and I met up with her, and I felt so bad because she had driven like an hour to get up here. And luckily we have the same cameras. We both shoot with Nikon, and she had a spare battery that I was able to use for that. And I am super, super grateful for that because we ended up getting some really cute photos of each other and had a lot of fun. It was a learning experience, and it was just great spending time with one of my awesome childhood friends. Being able to share information and swap just different tidbits and information of things about something we love. So extra batteries, extra SD cards, keep your lenses with you. You'll thank me. Lens wipes, huge, like it's a little thing, but it helps so much. Your flash, your speed light, it helps a lot. The basic flash that's on my camera, I mean, it does a job. It's not the greatest. With this, I'm able to swivel, adjust it, different things, and it's got the extra softbox additive stuff to it to help kind of with that harsh light. It's a game changer. when you're starting out and you want to look more professional, but you don't want to sit there and spend thousands of dollars. The last thing I would have to say is, it says loyalty card, but it's my business card / a loyalty card. It has my name on it. It's got my business name. It's got my phone number. It's got my email. It's got my Facebook page name on it, so they can, if I have clients that I'm out with and they want to give a card to their friends or a family member, or I've had people lately when I was out doing some Christmas minis, there was a girl who wanted to book a maternity session. They've been looking for a photographer that wasn't going to charge an arm and a leg. And, I let them know my pricing, and she's like, oh, do you have a card? I was like, oh, definitely. Being able to have a card, have something tangible to hand somebody that's asking you about your business really, really helps. It helps look to look professional. It helps in general for them to be able to find you later on, because if you just say, oh yeah, it's ANC Photography, you could look it up on Facebook, and they go home and they might not remember that, but they're looking through their purse or their wallet a few days later, they're like, oh yeah, we wanted to book a photographer, here's her card, let's give her a call. It helps. It's not just a word of mouth, it's having something tangible that's printed, that's there, that you can give people when you're out in public, that you can give people when they're wanting to share your business with others around them. So they want to give somebody else your card so they can be like, hey, these are the photos we got from her. We loved them. Here's her card. You should really check them out. So it gives you a word of mouth without just relying on social media alone to get your brand out there. It gets you something to where I even have some in my regular wallet. So if I'm like at the store, which this has happened, I ran into an old high school friend of mine who I hadn't seen in probably 6 or 7 years. And she was just talking about how they wanted a good person to do their maternity and newborn because they were planning on having a baby. And I was able to, and this has happened a couple of times actually, I was able to give them my business card because I had some in my wallet, and I'm like, yeah, hey, I do that now. That's my job. It was a hobby in high school, but now I've made a business out of it. Here's my card. Give me a call or check out my site and, message me. Let me know if you want to go ahead and book something. My pricing and everything's on there. So being able to have that on hand has been a really good help, and it makes me look more professional as a small business. So basically, keep your lenses on you, extra batteries, extra SD cards, get you some lens wipes, get some really good, quality, nice little cards. Mine has a loyalty card section on it, so if they want to book 6 sessions, they get the 7th one free. So it's something that is kind of also, it'll initiate them to maybe want to come back for more sessions because they can earn a free one. It's like when you go to the ice cream shop and you get the hole punch card. Everybody loves a freebie. So just basically, it helps to have 2 different types of bags, the fanny pack, the regular bag, multiple lenses on you, your lens wipes, your business cards, your speed light, multiple SD cards and batteries. So that's the basic, that's pretty much all I keep in my camera bag, with the exception of when I put my wallet, my keys, and my phone in it. Other than that, these are all the things that I like to keep in there, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really weigh your bag down that much. It doesn't add a whole lot of extra weight. The main things that would add any extra weight is your speed light and any bulkier lenses like this, like the 70 to 300. So, and I have heard the 24 to 70 millimeter is a little hefty, but I'm used to this one, and it's about the same size, so it's really not gonna bother me at all. So yeah, I would say just these basic things, keep those in your bag, and just keep up with, your batteries being charged, your SD cards, make sure they're not completely full all the time, otherwise you're gonna have to buy more and swap them out. And just make sure that you have fun, you enjoy what you're doing, and yeah, that will pretty much wrap up what is now my first vlog. If I was awkward, I'm sorry. I am pretty much used to being behind this camera and not in front of it. I'm usually very awkward in front of a camera. So let me know down below if there are any. So yeah, just down below, just let me know if there's any topics or, you know, tips or tricks or anything you're wanting to know. Leave it in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, share the video. It will help a ton and it costs you absolutely nothing. But yeah, let me know if there's anything else you guys would want me to touch on. I have a list of things that I've already been asked about by other photographers that are getting started, that they have seen my work and the things that I've discussed and they want to know more about it. And I do heavy research into pretty much everything I talk about because I want to know the ins and outs of this business because it has been my passion since I was a kid. And I have done hours and hours and hours of research into cameras, lenses, batteries, speed lights, you know, editing software, you name it. If it has to do with photography, I have taken online courses, I have researched, I have read books. I hope to one day write a book about photography. That is something that I have a couple of family members that are very blessed writers. My grandfather wrote a book and so did my Aunt Jeannie. She's written multiple. So to be able to kind of add to that and publish and write my own book about something I'm passionate about would be phenomenal. So, but like I said, thanks for joining me. Sorry for the awkwardness. That probably didn't help. Hope you guys have a wonderful and safe day.